at you with another one, folks. And this time I got something really special. Something that's 20 years old right here. And like with the recent success of Playmates figures, it kind of made me want to go back in time and get some of the older Playmates figures. And this right here is from 2005, from the 2005 King Kong movie. And there weren't too many of these figures from that movie that were out there. I believe Playmates had two of them, a Roaring Kong and this one. This is the Playmates Kong, the eighth wonder of the world, Supreme Kong. And of course, it's got a try me here, push button on chest for sounds. So you're going to get that. It's just one sound. It's Kong's roars and the humans kind of screaming and stuff. Interesting. It also, it says Kong really walks. So I think you have like, I don't know if this thing moves on its own, but we're going to find out. I did watch a couple reviews on it. I think one of them showed it moving. So we got to explore that. It also says motorized arm pounding action, so we're definitely going to explore that as well. But it's a very nice box here where you see Kong presented through the front of the box here. You got a nice picture of Kong here, and it's kind of jungle themed. You get people on the bottom here that look like they're fighting Kong. Basically, you're going to get another window on the side, Supreme Kong, Playmates, Kong, 8th Wonder of the World. You're going to get Kong, 8th Wonder of the World with a nice picture of the figure here showing that there's sound that comes out of it, Supreme Kong. And on the back, you're going to get several pictures of the figure. Majestic and mighty, the fearless Kong patrols his island home. Skull Island, obviously. Sensing something's wrong, the massive gorilla rises to his feet, raises his powerful fists, and pounds the air in a ferocious display of pure primal fury. With authentic knuckle-dragging walking action and real Kong sounds, you can now control the King of Skull Island wherever he may roam. So yeah, it does have authentic knuckle-dragging walking action. Pretty cool. And then it says, Kong shakes his fists in rage. Hear Kong stomp and roar, Skull Island jungle sounds, and real Kong motorized walking action. So he does walk. Turn him loose and watch him walk. Very cool. And then these are the other figures in the set, which is the Roaring Kong that I mentioned. That's the other figure that Playmates put out in 2005. The Roaring Bull V-Rex and Kong versus V-Rex battling game. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll stumble upon the other figures in this set and get them all. But this is a big boy, by the way. This is a 14-incher, so he's pretty big. So let's get him out of the box and see what he looks like, see what he could do. Okay, so just to show you the whole packaging, you're gonna get a little kind of jungle diorama with some vines hanging down that he sits in. Just to show you what the inside of the box looks like. But that's pretty cool. Okay, so there we go. Straight out of the box, and he's looking really, really nice. I guess Playmates was always good, huh? My first Playmates was their Burning Godzilla of several years back. Since then I've been just collecting the GVK and GXK Playmate set, everything they put out. I really, really like their figures. And so it's nice to be able to go back all the way to 2005 and get a Kong. And, I love reviewing Kongs. Kong is who I collect the most, second to Godzilla. So I always have fun reviewing Kong figures. And this is a well-done figure. It looks really nice. It has a very nice head sculpt of Kong with well-done teeth. The teeth are like brushed a little bit to make it look gritty and dirty. You have a nice scar coming down Kong's face right here. The eyes look good. The brows and nose look nice. You have a nice pink tongue in there. And then you're going to get some scarring on his chest, on his side, on his belly. And it's like a dark black, and you're going to have some nice gray dry brushing all over it, which really, is nice and brings out the fur, especially like here you could notice on his legs. We're going to have scarring in certain places, like here on his legs and all over his back, on the back of his arm there, back of both arms, actually, and on both legs. We got some nice scarring on the figure. And this is nice. This is a nice stylized approach. It's a nice gimmick. Unfortunately, I checked... the batteries for the walking part of it, and I guess the hands moving, I guess they died because I flipped the switch and that doesn't seem to be working. The sounds work on it, but I got to unscrew it and put some batteries in here to get it to walk for you. But before we do that, we'll just go over other things about the figure anyway. But yeah, it's really nice, and the pose is so cool also, It's weird. It's a weird pose. You kind of have to have the legs all the way back to get them to stand. But that's really awesome. It's like a pounding you out type of pose. And I like that it conveys the 2000 and Kong, you know what I mean? Kind of like husky with the big belly right there. And, yeah, I mean, it's just the overall look of this is super nice. It's a nice sculpt. It's a really nice paint job and very good detail. The detail on the fur is great. Look at that fur on the belly, on the legs, on the arms and the elbows and stuff. And you're going to get a little bit of articulation here. You're going to get the arms and the legs. You're going to get bend at the elbows, and you're going to get the fists curl in here like that. You see that? So it's like a gripping mechanism right there on the fists. And yeah, so let's take a further look at this. Let's just see what he could do. Let's see how we could pose him and how he looks. Okay, so here we're going to have him with the arms down and about as straight as they could go. You get nice bend at the elbow there. You get turn at the wrist. And you get the fingers and thumbs go down so you can grip with them, basically, which is a nice touch. And just, even just standing here like this figure is so nice looking. It's so impressive. It's a big boy. It's brolic looking. I really, really love the face. The teeth are so well done here. They're like almost like, I don't know, there's like a light gray on top, and there's like a brushing, it's like a brushing of gray. Yeah, and the crazy part about this is like, you got a missing tooth here. You got the infected tooth. So I guess, I don't know, I got to go back and check out the 2005 Kong. I don't remember if that was a thing, if he was missing a tooth in that, but that's kind of cool. And now I'm wondering if that's what the reference was about in GXK. So, yeah, I'll find that out and tell you what the story is with that before the rest of the review is over. But that's very interesting to me. You're going to have gray on the toenails, fingernails and toenails. And they look good, Like, all the detail on this figure looks nice. It's a really tough, rough, menacing-looking Kong. And it seems like a pretty damn solid figure for being 20 years old, All right, now this I absolutely love. This is very clicky articulation, by the way. It's like click, 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 click whenever you move anything on it. But what a nice beating on the chest pose. You get a little bit articulation on the head. A tiny bit side to side and a tiny bit up and down. Not very much. But here you see I can make him look a little bit up and to the side. And that's so cool. That's ultimately how I think I'm going to wind up posing him on the shelf. He looks great like that. And look at what nice bend you get at the elbow. You could turn the fists in, you know what I mean? So you get the wrist articulation right there to make it look like he's beating on his chest. And that just looks amazing. That really conveys Kong to me from the 2005 movie. Very, very nice. Okay, wow. What an absolutely amazing walking on all fours pose you could get this thing. And the head actually goes back a little bit more than I thought it would. It actually slides. Look at that. Look at how imposing that is. It actually slides back quite nicely, so you could make Kong looking forward at you when he's in the crawling on all fours pose. And like I said, I'm going to put batteries in this. I'm sure the batteries that are inside, I think they're here, are, they're 20 years old. So they probably died. So I'm going to see I got to open that up, see what kind of batteries are in it so I can make this thing walk for you guys. And if I can, I can. If it's not walking, it's not walking, but it doesn't really matter to me. You know what I mean? I don't care about that, but I think if we put some batteries, it'll walk. But if not, it's just this pose is good enough for me. That looks fantastic. And I really love scarring on Kong here, especially on his face. That looks tough. Give you a really cool crawling on all fours pose. See, let's turn it around, see what it looks like on this side. Oh yeah, man. That's super nice, brothers. Okay, wow. That's absolutely incredible. Okay, so with a little balance here, you can make Kong basically galloping on all fours and about to leap and throw a punch. And that, to me, is just a beautiful pose, man. Yeah, that might be the pose I pose him in. I don't know, man. This is just so nice. Look at that. This thing looks really nice as far as crawling on all fours. Excellent. It's built for that, so it looks good like that. And having them like that really makes all the detail pop. As you can see here, the fur is well done here. And the dry brushing on the arms and legs is super nice. Figure looks nice. It's a quality figure by Playmates. 20 years old. You know what I mean? This is... I understand now why Playmates make such good figures. They've been doing it for a long time. And this is just another great one. I'm very happy to have this. That's also a dope pose. You can make Kong look way up into the sky, pumping his fists. Awesome. Really, really tough. This figure's tough, man. It's super, super nice. But you see, the legs got to kick back all the way to give you that nice pose. And that's fine, man. Every figure's got its thing. Super cool. All right, you can get a big tough pose like this with his arms bent in at the elbows. Kind of showing off his muscles. You get the head is kind of, it does, the back and forth articulation is okay. I would like it if you could turn it to the side a little more. You get about that much to the side. But that's okay, though. Everything about this is dope. It's just a well-done figure. It looks good. You know what I mean? In spite of the gimmick. But the gimmick is there. You know what I mean? You get sounds here. It's crazy that they got the people screaming. And then you get another button in the back here. Right there for more sounds. But let's see, for those, you got to use this button and I guess put it on, and then Yes, that isn't working that well. I don't know. The batteries must be like dead. Yeah, nothing's coming out of it. It was like static at first, but yeah, we're gonna replace those batteries and see what he could do. Hopefully he could do something, you know what I mean? If it doesn't work anymore, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't take away not a thing from the figure, you know? So let's move on. So with a little bit of balance, we could get a nice walking pose or running pose for Kong right here. Yeah, that's about it. It's not much, you know what I mean? You have to really finagle it with the way the legs work. It's a top-heavy figure, like I said, so, you know, he only stands really perfect when the legs are all the way back. But you can do one a little bit forward and create that walking or running pose, which looks nice. Here's another really cool charging pose that you could get him in. You know, kind of just galloping on all fours, but charging with his fist ready to throw. Awesome, man. This figure is really, really nice. I noticed also there's a little bit of dry brushing on his beard, too, which is very, very cool. So cool to have a 2005 Kong. I liked this movie when I saw it the first time, you know. I liked the remake. It was pretty damn good. So, dope to have a Playmates figure of the 2005 Kong. Awesome. Absolutely love that, too. You could get him another charging, like walking, ready to scrap position like that. That's a cool pose. So you can do a few things with him, you know what I mean? The articulation is there. It's not really limited. You could do a lot of nice poses. And you could get him in a nice sitting position like this, where he's like sitting on his throne. That's really cool. Okay, so the bottom line here is I'm thinking that the walking feature and the arms feature is just not working anymore, you know, because the batteries are working because the front sounds work, but on the back there's supposed to be another button right here for more sounds. And if you hear that, it's like static, you know? It's not supposed to be like that. So maybe it's either broken or maybe the batteries are kind of dead and only good enough to make the, you know, roar on the front. You know, like here, you can put it on display and then put the roar on the front on. And that's okay. You know? I don't know. Maybe it has enough battery to do that, but not enough to make it walk. It is on wheels, so I guess, you know, it's gonna walk like that. But I think the arms are supposed to, you know, make them walk like that. So, yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah, I don't know. You know, I'll get batteries. It's like 4 AA batteries for it and try it. But I think the mechanism to make them walk is cooked. It's a 25-year-old figure. You know what I mean? So I don't really care about that anyway. It's not like I'm gonna really like use that gimmick or whatever. You know, I'm buying the figure to pose him on the shelf as is. And by the way, it's a great standalone figure without that, you know. But I will get the batteries and see, you know. But otherwise, very impressive. Look at that. That looks awesome, man. Okay, folks, so I'm happy to say the new batteries did work. So you're going to press this button on the back. And that's what you're going to get. Kong's on wheels and the arms are going to move him. Awesome. Yeah. And that's about as much as he goes. So let's try that one more time. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Cool gimmick, man. Let's make him walk towards us. One more game. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to see how the arms work. That's so cool. One more time. What a fantastic little toy, man. Well, not that little, but what a cool gimmick. So Kong could walk and beat his fists. Awesome, man. All right, so now I'll just show you how his hand grips by borrowing Titan Tech Kong's axe right here. I don't have a bigger one, but that's just to show you how you could grip something in his hand, and that's quite nice that you can do that. So now just for scaling, I'll show you how he scales with the other Playmates GXK Kongs. You know, this is Giant Kong, Rolling Battle Kong, and Mega Punching Kong. So you can see he's pretty much towers over those guys. So 14-inch figure, man. He's pretty big. But that looks great, man. It's so nice to have all of these big Kongs. I love it. They all look awesome. All right, so that's what's going to wrap this one up, folks. This is the Playmates Kong, 8th Wonder of the World, Supreme Kong. And, man, what a nice addition to the collection. So if you like this, I don't know if you could find it, but try to go out and get you some Supreme Kong. Like the goddamn video, subscribe to my channel, and I will be back at you soon. Peace.